It's been a minute. A lot of growth, a lot of change in my perspective and viewpoints of life since I did a video. But really, you know, the craziness that all humanity is trying to hide. You know, it doesn't need to come out. What it needs, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I'll talk about this. What we need to do is take in that energy, right? Not contain it. Take it back in. Take it down a notch. Bring it back down where it doesn't control us. Okay? Alright. Because what happens is the source that has us connected to that craziness, right? That's telling us this is who you are, this is what you are, this is what you're like, this is what you're supposed to be, this is your personality, this is your personal expression in life. All that, man. You're beyond that. You're standing outside of that. But it's sitting there saying, no, this is your craziness, this is your insanity, this is this is that, this is da-da-da-da-da-da. And this is who you are, and this is who you better be, because you've got to stay in line and act the part, right? Because we're in this, like, play, right? But we're, like, in a dream within a matrix, within a play, within an observance, with almost a TV show. We got TV show people out there. We've got, we've got conspiracy theories, whatever. You get beyond all that and you recognize that life is here now, that existence is here now, that there's realms in which you exist and all other humans exist. And people either want to remain within a sleeping state and their wills, they don't want their wills violated because they don't want their world like shattered, or they don't want their world like changed. So in being one who may be aware or may be awake enough to recognize that there is something, that went on, and now here we are, whether, it's all these different layers of reality, right? What I've come to is that the fears that come through my body cannot overcome the love that is greater than those fears. And I don't always feel it. I've hit realms where there is no fear. There's no fear. There's no fear. There's no sadness. There's no sickness. There's no disease. There's absolute, peace and mercy and grace and happiness. And then there's layers of numbness, right? And the layers of numbness is where I feel scared, okay? Because I'm like, no, I need to feel, right? Because feelings, you don't need to live by them, and this is what I'm growing in. But they're an indicator of you. They're a part of you. They're a part of your being. They're a part of who you are. And to deny them or shut them down is to say there's an aspect of your heart or your being that doesn't exist, right? So you don't need to push it down or repress it. Like, I've dealt with drug addiction and all kinds of stuff in my life. But I did that because I was told, don't feel this, right? So, the thing is waking up, is recognizing that we've numbed ourselves out as humanity, and that brings the darkness in to blind us and put a blinder on our eyes not to see what's really here, that there's really love here and there's really care, and that fear that you experience that covers you in a mask, which is the Logan Freeman mask that I created, okay, out of the trauma and the spiritual, emotional trauma that I went through in my body, man. That was like this downward spiral, negative, dark feeling and emotional, darkness, right? That overcame my mind, overcame my body, and said, this is who you are now, and there's nothing you can do. You're trapped here. You can't get out of this. There's no way it's ever going to happen. You got taken out. You're drugged out. You don't have a life. You're never going to have a life back. You're never going to be anything. God's not with you. You're alone. The devil has you. You're this. You're that. You're this. Okay? None of that has me. None of it. Because there's love, there's mercy, there's care, there's grace. There's a greater reality. There's a greater care. Now, do all those things exist in people's lives? Certainly, man. There's fears, there's darkness, we have dark and light within us. So there's a dark realm you can deal with, there's a light realm you can deal with. The thing is, man, which one, and it's the old Cherokee story, I go back to it. Which one you want to feed? You want to feed your craziness? My Logan Freeman craziness and like get into all conspiracy theory and like shit, that's real, man. All that stuff I said in the Logan Freeman like time, I needed that. I needed that to take that energy out there and then bring it all back into me. And say, no, you don't rule me. This is just how I needed to express me right now so that I could be where I'm at and deal with this trauma. And the thing is, David overcame it all. So here I am. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm free. I'm free. And it's not because of the name. It's because I'm David. So we're going to just keep going in the craziness, guys. Let's do it. Comment. Say hey to me. Love you guys. Keep it lighthearted. Because who knows? I don't know any more than all of you. I just know what I know. Peace. I'm out.